Eleonora, and this is the Eleonora Show. Today we are going to be joined by a man who's nearly killed by his own cousin. He's been threatened by a curse his whole life, and today he is here to share his frightening story. Here he is, the man who's lived through betrayal, Sir Henry Baskerville.
Hello, Eleonora.
Hello, Sir Henry. How are you doing? I heard you just came back from vacation.
Good, good. Yes, I did. I went on a vacation around the world with my dear friend, my dear trusted friend, Dr. Mortimer. We had a wonderful time traveling the world and easing my incredibly hyped up nerves from all the hullabaloo.
Oh, I'm so glad. Have you visited London recently and gone back home to the Sir Baskerville Hall?
Unfortunately, I have not. I only came back in time for the show and then to my uncle's funeral.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How does it feel to know that your uncle was murdered? Do you remember that night?
Well, it was a dark and foggy night.
Wow. That must have been hard for you. Excruciating.
Yes, it was quite difficult.
So after all this murder drama, could you tell that Watson was working hard to find out who the criminal was?
Yes, of course he did. He looked into one of the odd things that happened to us, one of the many, which was the sound of the grieving Mrs. Barrymore weeping in the night.
Well, that's strange. What did Watson find out from all of this?
Well, it included Mr. Barrymore lying, but that was concluded to be the cause of a different situation in his own life.
Okay. I think what the viewers really want to know about is the hound. What did it look like?
A hound it was. An enormous, coal-black hound, but not such as a hound as mortal eyes have ever seen. Fire burst from its open mouth. Its eyes glowed with a smouldering glare. Its muzzle and hackles and dewlap were outlined in flickering flame. Never in the delirious dream of a distorted brain could anything more savage, more appalling, more hellish be conceived than that dark form and savage face which broke upon us out of the wall of fog.
Wow, that sounds terrifying. It's incredible you made it out alive.
If it hadn't been for Watson's integrity and Sherlock's quick thinking, I wouldn't be here.
Shoot, Watson! I got this! Wow, those two are so brave. So, after you found out it was all pretend, how did it feel to know that your own cousin, who went by the name of Stapleton, and tried to kill you and your uncle?
Well, as you know, I'm a very passionate man, and I even got worked up over stolen boots. So how do you think it feels to know that your uncle was frightened to death and manipulated into believing in superstition? Do you understand how that feels? It's frustrating. It let me know that I cannot trust anyone, even the people who have my own blood running through their veins.
So, are you glad you gained poetic justice?
Of course I am. The man killed my uncle, tried to kill me, and left us a pony as he suffocated in the Grimpen mire. Well, take that, you bloody dog! Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have used that kind of language.
It's okay. I guess it's better if you express yourself before you go on a rampage. So, how did Stapleton meet his end?
Well, after a long pursuit, he was finally caught in a place that served him justice.
Oh my, that sounds brutal.
Yes, it was quite an ironic turn for the rest of us.
So, after all this trauma, have you at least managed to gain some knowledge or wisdom?
Yes, I did actually. I definitely learned a few things. For one, nothing is ever as it seems. You cannot jump to conclusions when you meet someone or when you find yourself in a mysterious situation, because the people may not be saying who they really are. However, you must never look too deep into the details and miss the facts that are waving right in front of your face, as Watson and I did, but as Holmes saw completely.
So, in other words, never ignored the obvious.
Precisely.
Well, ladies and gents, that's our show. Thank you, Sir Henry Baskerville, for sharing your story with us. Join me next week for my special guest, Katniss Everdeen. Good night, everyone!